Hello, welcome to Ruth's Studio. And today I wanted to start out with a project that I was really excited about, and it is using jelly prints. And I have a bunch of jelly prints already pre-made. So I went through them and I sorted them by color, and these are all my greens, and there's actually some pretty cool looking ones on here. But I just really didn't see what I was looking for. These are all rather bright. And I was looking for something more of a leaf shade. And then I went through looking for my oranges. And I have about this many left. Not that I like using orange, but it seems to me that that's been the color that got used. I have some reds, blues, purples, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make some new ones and make them the colors that I need for this project. Smart idea. So I know that I need yellow, and I have 3 yellows here, and I'm just using these little craft paints. Some are Apple Barrel, some are Craft Smart, some are Americana. It really doesn't matter because these are a little more on the thin side than the more expensive paints, so that is a good thing. And you don't use much of them anyway. So I have my greens sitting here, and I have some oranges, reds, and a brown. And you might get the impression that this is going to have something to do with autumn. All right, so then I went and got my trusty basket of stencils, because that's one of the quickest ways to get this stuff done. Unfortunately, I have a 3-ring binder full of stencils at home, because during COVID, I slowly but surely moved all of my supplies home. And then I started moving them back, and that is one thing I have not yet brought back, because I haven't been doing any jelly printing in the studio. So we're going to have to make do with what's in this basket. And I'll tell you right now, I have not sorted through this. I just pulled this basket off the shelf and said, let's get started, or I'm not going to start. Okay, now for this project, this is my jelly plate, by the way. And I'm putting one side down on my plastic tablecloth and one side up for me to use. Here's my trusty brayer. And for this project, since they're all going to be used in one project, which I'm keeping mysteriously quiet for the moment, I would like the paper to all be the same thickness. And the thinner the better in this case, because then I can get them put on with medium. So I'm going to use deli sheets. Yes, I am. All right. And if I position it, boy, this thing is eager. Well, we'll just see how much I can get on a sheet. It's not going to matter if they're lined up and pretty or not. Okay, so one of my favorite stencils we're probably not going to use. It's a clock, although this one is kind of cool. But I'm just going to put that over there for now. And unfortunately, this basket is full of a mixed bag of treasures. Those are kind of cool. I forgot about those. Okay, don't get... Ooh, yes, this is a good one. Makes for a nice small pattern. Okay, we can use this one. And we'll just go through here real quickly. Ugh. Ooh, come on. Yeah, some of these things stick together. Not too cool. And this one has stripes. They're a little too far apart for what I'm gonna do, and we don't really want any shapes. Okay, this one isn't too bad. I haven't even opened it yet, so I think we'll do that. And I just love that they all have that little resealable pocket. and it makes it easy to get out. Okay, we'll stick that one right there. Yikes! Everything sticks to that gel pad. Okay. FYI, I bought this at Walmart one time. They have seasonal vinyl placemats, and I thought it would make a really cool stencil. It's too thick. You have to watch the thickness of your stencils when you're doing jelly printing, because you're rolling over it with a brayer and you're hoping that you're going to get the paint down in between the holes, and this is just too thick. So if you ever see them, don't get them for jelly printing. All right, and let's see. No, we don't want that. I'm thinking that between those two, that might be the only ones I have in here. I have a lot of jelly papers and prints in here, but they're, again, not the right colors. There's a few yellow ones. Those would be pretty. I might actually use those. Ooh, here's one on a deli sheet. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing any more stencils. Wow. That's green, but not the green I want. So, this is going to make fast work of printing. Oh dear. Okay. I have one that's letters and numbers. We can use that. Oh, this zigzag one, that'll work. Here's big letters and numbers. I don't know. I'll hold that aside and we'll see. Okay. So, first step is we basically are going to do, this one's pretty close to empty. We're basically going to do single colors, but we can add a little bit in. Hello? Anybody in there? Oop, there's a little. There's a little more. Yay! Okay. And I think I will throw in a tiny smidge droplet. 1, 2 of brown. 3 wants to come out. Okay. All right, so we'll get this evenly spread. Yep. Yeah, I should have done this on a mat. I have mats that I like to work on because then I don't have to clean the tablecloth when I'm done. I think I might have a little too much on here. It's been a while since I've or maybe this just isn't turning properly, because I've been using ones at home and these here have been neglected. All right, so I'm going to put that down, put this down in the corner, give it a rub. Yes. Move it up. Give it another rub, just to get some more on here, a little bit different. Okay, and I still have some on here. I'm gonna set that there. And these deli sheets dry really quick. I like that about them. Okay, cool. All right, there's a bunch of zigzags. And I'm going to put one on the wet side of the stencil. And if you're going to do that, you have to do that pretty darn quick, because for some reason or other, probably because there's no moisture, the stencil dries really fast. See, and I did get some, just barely. I'm going to set that one over there. And now I'm going to pick up what's on the jelly pad. Ooh, and that took almost every little bit off. I don't think I'm going to get anything on this rub. Nope. But I got one whole side. And I'm going to put another, I need more than that. But I like the yellowish gold tone that it took. Whoops, there we go. Don't get so excited. And this one, I'm not going to blend it as well because I really like the streaks. Whoops, not that first. Let's do this first. Let's do this. And I have a little bit excess down here, so I'm just gonna throw this on here so that I don't waste that. And I don't even want to put this down. And I usually have a baby wipe to set it on. I see them over there. I'll grab them in a minute. Alright, so now we have letters and a little more zigzag. I'm going to put these face up, and I'm going to grab this side to fill in. See, there's a little blank side right here. I had that on both sides. So, there we go. And that helps pull that up off the pad. Yep. Now this can dry. I'll just set this here. And we've got lots of yellow and yellowish brown. Okay, so leading in, boy, these are also empty. I'm going to do a little bit of yellow. Yeah, oh, come on. There we go. I think this one is a goner. I think this one is a goner. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's definite goner. Good thing I'm a good shot with that trash can. Whoops. You gotta watch for dried up pieces of paint and don't let them fall into your jelly pad, because for two reasons. Number one, they will give you horribly unexpected results, but number two, they can scratch your jelly pad, put permanent scratches in them, and you don't want that. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my wet wipes. Alright, because that's what I normally would set my wet roller on to keep it moist. Okay, so I've got yellow and orange on here. And I'm sorry that you're not on an overhead camera, but this was a last minute idea. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again. And let's see. Oh, I'll give the zigzag one more go on the edge of the orange. Okay, brand new jelly sheet. And see, those two over there are dry already. That's how fast this stuff is. And I'm just going to lay this right back down. Pick up some more. Oh yeah, there we go. And now I'll take this off and go for the ghost print. Or the real print, depending on how you look at it. Okay, now I probably shouldn't have put it in the middle. So I'm going to try and get some of that there. And some of that there. And there we go. We covered, and it's starting to look very autumny. Yes, indeed. Loving that. Okay, let's see. Good thing I've got some more yellow. Oh, that's way too much. All right, so I'm just going to go with just orange on this because there's too much orange on to begin with. And another thing I generally have, and that's at home too, is my roll-off book. You know what? There's a lot of paint on here, and I don't want to waste it. Okay, so I'm going to go again. Let's see, I'm just going to do half of the pad with the letters and numbers, and then the other half I'm gonna do with this little garden fence. And I'm gonna start in the corner of the deli sheet. There we go. Ah! Wow. Okay. That won't show. Alright, we'll just set these here. And let's go on this corner. And then on this corner, because I still have some down there. And one more corner. Yeah. I don't have any corners left, but I have paper left. Alright, so here's what I'll do. This is really, really wet. Oh, yes, that worked. Thank you. Although I'm starting to turn orange myself. Now that's a really orange piece. So now, with the orange left on my roller brayer, I'm going to put a couple little dabs of yellow. And then just this orange. See, there's a lot of orange on there. A lot. And I really need to get a book over here to use as my roll-off book, because these would make... What is a roll-off book? Well, I'll show you. Ooh, that's a nice color. And see, when you have too much paint on your roller, it won't even roll. Let me grab my book. A book. I'll start a new book just for here. So, I have these spiral books, and what I do is I open it to a 2-page area, and see, part of the problem is finding a place to put it. Alright, so I'm going to move my deli sheets over to here, and then I can move my book over to here. A little bit more, please. There we go. So now when I have excess on here, and I'm afraid it'll dry up, or I'm not going to use that color again or something, then I can't really move this. I can roll it off. Turn it just a little bit. There we go. On my roll-off book. And if you stay in a color theme on a page, then it can actually turn into a really cool background. And which side is wet? That side is. Okay, we'll go up in the corner here. And you can use it for something as a background. Okay, deli sheets. See, now I'm all discombobulated. All right, this goes here. We be gentle so that we don't scooch it across, because that didn't turn out well, but it's salvageable. It'll just be a dark orange part of that paper. Come on, get up. Oh, I'm liking that. Let's get this other corner here. See how much we can get on there. Oh yeah, there's lots of yellow over here to be had. Yes! I like that. Diamond print. Okay, so we'll peel this off and set it face up. And I actually still have orange on those numbers and letters because it was so wet. So I may give that one another go on here. I'm trying to get all of the paint off of the pad. Yep. Okay. And see, that one is almost dry. It's almost. It had a lot of orange on it. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, which is still wet, and I'm just going to set it up here so I have something to press on. Because pressing on this jelly pad really does help. It gives you some cushioning. Oh, yeah. Look at all that came off. Yes, sirree. And this was one that I had found in my stash. So I'm going to set it over here, but not on top of that wet one. I want some more of that diamond print. Okay, let's do a couple drops of orange. See, now we're fading to reddish brown. So I'm going to stick in 2 dots of brown and a dot of red. There we go. All right, now see, I can clean this off on my wet wipe if I have anything left over. But nothing I'm doing so far conflicts with these other colors. Wow. But again, there's just a little too much. I have a heavy hand. Don't blend it too much, Ruth. Just don't blend it. All right, I'm going to start with the letters. I know I said I want diamonds, and I'll get them soon. All right. Get these off. There's some nice reddish brown. And I'm going to leave that on for a minute so I can get this little sort of diamond pattern here. Whoops. Then lift off the letters and I can get them, let's see, right here. And I need some more. It's a nice thing about deli paper too, is you can see through it to see where you need to pick up color. Cool beans. There it goes. All right, let's get well, that might actually be enough. Let's just do, I want to do one more with just red and orange. 1, 2, and I'm going to be very light-handed. 1, 2. And plus I have what's on here. But that feels better already. You can feel it. When your roller goes slipping and a sliding, bad news. I might have blended that too much. All right, so that's the wet side. Deli paper. Lay it down in the corner. Oh my gosh, that just is so yummy looking. I'm gonna try and pick some more up through the stencil. Yep, it's coming. You can see it. You can tell when you've got some coming through on these deli sheets. Yep, very nice. And now I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to get this corner. And then I only have this one little square left. And I'll pick that up from that corner. I don't quite have enough to fill this, but it's good enough. It is good enough. Okay. All right, now we're gonna go in for the green. Okay, so roll-off book gets, the leftover of the red to get this off as much as possible. And I still have little bits. And I'm not sure where these came from, but you always want to clean. Like I am actually moving now from a warm color, orange, yellow, and red, warm colors. You can remember that because they look like fire. To cool colors. Green is pretty much a cool color. If it leans towards the yellow, like a yellow green, it could work as a warm. but for the most part, it's cool. And if you have trouble remembering that, think of evergreen trees growing in the cool climate. I just always need things to help me remember, so that's kind of how I remember that. All right, there, gotta feed the trash can. Okay, so I'm gonna take, let's see, this is a little dollop of bright green, boy, and it is bright, with some hunter green, which is quite dark. 1, 2, 3. I'd like it to be predominantly darker because these are going to be for leaves, so I don't really want them bright. Okay. I have kind of a little divot there. I don't know what that's all about. All right, here's my wipe. Now, if I do have to roll this off onto my roll-off book, I do not want to put it on my red, yellow, orange page. So I'm going to turn this around so the blank page is closer. And we'll start a cool background page. All right, we'll get some green diamonds. And I really meant to use this other stencil, but hey, this is what I picked up. So this is what we'll use right this minute. Okay, pull off the stencil, pick up some of that. I don't have a lot left on here. Let's see. Well, that's okay. We'll cut around that. All right, so I've got pretty much 3.5 squares. Okay, and I have a little bit of green left on here, but I'm gonna switch to Hauser medium green. It looks kind of like avocado. 1, 2, with maybe a dab of the bright green. 1 dab. We don't want to go crazy here. Okay. That almost looks like a camo. Not camel, camo. All right, we'll put that there. And we'll put the paper in the corner. Ooh, it's got a little too much because it almost started slipping. Oh, but this is a pretty pattern. Yeah, it did slip a little, but that's okay. I'm gonna go in for a second pass, whoops, on the stencil. And then lift it up and get the reverse. I don't know if you've noticed this, but whenever I lift up the stencil, see on this side you get the filled in design, and this one is the hollowed out with seeing the outlines. One of them is considered the ghost print. Ooh. Okay, there's a green. We'll do one more green, and then I think we're gonna call that done. And I think we're gonna call it done for the video, and I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to start the project. So you'll have to tune in to part 2. All right, I appreciate you hanging here with me. Let's see, I'm gonna do the zigzag because we don't have any of that in green. Woo! And I'm gonna come down here and try and finish off the page. And then peel up the I'll try and... There's just no easy way to try and cover the whole sheet. There's just not. Whoops. That was a kabobble. All right. So there's our green. All right. So thanks for hanging with me. And I'm going to take a baby wipe and I'm going to clean my gel pad and my roller. Actually, my roller is going to do some double duty on my roll-off pad first. Look how clean that comes. Yep. Alrighty. If you want to see more of this, hit subscribe. Thanks. See you later. Thumbs up would be nice too.